podcast bio is a talking business card. It's your story told in your own words. I think that one of the most powerful assets that any of us have is our own story. When we meet people for the first time, what do they ask? How did you get involved in what you do? Who inspires you? Why would I want to work with you? That's what they're really asking you. The podcast bio gives you the opportunity to be interviewed, and that interview is captured, and then that interview goes on iTunes, it goes on Google Play, it goes on Spotify, Stitcher. You have now the ability to say to somebody on your LinkedIn page, here's my story, and they can listen to it. If I'm applying for a job, you don't think the hiring person is going to be impressed when, in addition to my resume, they get my podcast bio and they can hear what I'm all about? Because I have a podcast bio. You got to ask yourself a question. Why do PR firms exist? PR firms exist because people pay them to tell their story. It costs a lot of money to have a PR firm. Let's talk about social media for a minute. Social media really is just social sharing. Why wouldn't you want to share your story? Not just in words, but you actually talking about it. How often have you sat on an airplane, sat on a subway, been to a networking event, and what do people ask you? Tell me about you. I like to say, if you're at a networking event, how many people can you really connect with when you're at a networking event or at a convention? Not very many, because it takes time to tell your story. If you have a podcast bio, it's like being able to share your story with every person that was at the event. The more people that hear your story, the more opportunity people have to connect with you. And that connection is where people really buy you. And if they buy you, they'll buy whatever you're selling or doing. That's the power of a podcast bio.